What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream today. I know I've said this before, people, but today is the biggest game of the season. I know I said the North London derby was, but we still had this game coming up. There's no way of coming back, people. It's completely win or bust for Arsenal. Season lock off if we lose or draw today, people. Must win game in the, biggest capacity ever, people. We're going to see what this team is made of tonight, people. That is for sure. This watch along is going to be mad. The game's going to be mad. We have to keep believing, people. Right, let's speak to the community. Big up everyone. See you, Net. Big up your damn self, people. Hope everyone is well on this Monday. Don't let them mash up the week. That is for damn sure, because you know what these are like. Right, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down, people. Let's go into Andy Carroll mode. He was like a slow player who used to play for Newcastle. Let's go into Andy Carroll mode and slow down. We've got a lot to get through today. Transfer news. We're going to go through the press conference of Mikel Arteta. We're going to look at the team news. There is some team news out there at the moment. Oz said, I see what you did there with the... You see what I did there? Amazon, all or nothing. But this really is all or nothing, people. We lose or draw, this game's finished. This season's done for us. But if we win, we're flying, in my opinion, because I think we can definitely beat Everton at home on the weekend. So, let's look at the weekend. Obviously, Tottenham beat Burnley. They were quite fortunate in the end. Burnley hit the crossbar. And we weren't, I say we were all Burnley fans yesterday, but Burnley weren't able to do us a favour. And I did say from time that we're not going to get any favours from anybody playing against Tottenham. I said they'd beat Burnley and they'll batter Norwich on the last game of the season. It's down to us. It's down to us. If you'd have offered Arsenal fans the start of the season, a win against Newcastle and a win against Everton gets you in the Champions League, we would have all taken it. And I know I've said many times, people, that if we don't get in the Champions League this season, it's a failure. I know a lot of people throw at me, yeah, but at the start of the season, I said top 6. You're never going to get a better opportunity than this to get in the top 4. It's the worst top 4 race we've probably ever seen. It's one of the most exciting because we're involved in it and we're the favourites to get it at the moment. Yo, man said, throw me a red stripe. You might have to dash me one later on. But if we can't get top 4 from this position, when are we going to get it? Because Tottenham will spend with Conte. United will spend with Ten Hag. They've actually got a proper manager now. Not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's only going to get more difficult. So we have to find a way to get it. We're going to break it down. Just briefly, for everyone tuning in, lick down that like button. Let's hit 1,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel. We're close to 45k. Hopefully we can hit that today with the watch along. Make sure you tune in for the watch along tonight. We'll be live just after 7 o'clock, about 7:05. 8 o'clock kickoff. Cannot wait. I'm nervous but excited, people. This is what we want. End of season games. This is going to be it. The news that we've seen so far for the team news, for anyone tuning in, Gabriel has travelled. Gabriel has travelled. He's in Newcastle with the players. He's in his kit and all his training kit and so on. He's travelled, but the rumour is he's not 100%. Now, we don't know. We don't know. It's a muscular injury problem. They're always dangerous to play with because they can go at any given moment. And if it goes again, usually you do it much worse. So that is the problem. But Gabriel has travelled. Everything I've read is that Ben White is available. Ben White is available. Apparently he trained with the team over the weekend. Ben White should be available. Obviously, Rob Holding is suspended and we don't have any other centre-backs. So I think we're going to have 2 options. Number one, you risk Gabriel at centre-back. Like John's saying, just give him injection, painkillers, whatever. Just get him through it. Play him with Ben White and risk it. Or you move Tomiyasu to centre-back and then you've got to play, I don't know, maybe Cedric and Tavares at full-back, which is just an absolute nightmare. So we're going to talk about it. Some people saying back 3, White, Tomiyasu and Cedric. Man, could Cedric play right wing-back? No, I don't think so. I just can't see it. Or right of a back 3. Yeah, maybe that's what you'd have to go with. I just don't see it. It's crazy, isn't it? Because a lot of the players that we've let go now, you would like to use them. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is good as a wing-back in this situation. You wish you had people like Saliba and that at the moment. we got to risk it all. If Gabriel pulls his hamstring, he's out for 2 months. Well, we ain't got a game for the next 2 months. Inject him, give him whatever, and get him through it, I'm afraid. This is crunch time. So we'll have to see. Right, people, we're going to start with transfers. We'll build up and finish the show with the Arsenal game, and we'll go through the press conference and all of that. Pablo Mari is obviously out on loan. It's too late in the season as well to recall a player and play them, so we can't even bring anyone back. Let's start off with some good news. Let's start off good. Our boy William Saliba, and I love the fact that Arsenal tweeted this. Start talking about him as if he's our player. You know, anytime this guy achieves anything, we don't say nothing about it. But William Saliba was named Young Player of the Year in Liga, which is a brilliant achievement for him. A lot of good young players in the French league. So for him to get that is magnificent. He was also named in the French team of the season for Liga. So massive achievement for him. He's had a fantastic season. We've spoken about him a number of times. All I can say is bring him home now. Bring him home. Get him on his private jet and bring him home. Don't you dare put out tweets like this and then sell him to Marseille. You get him back to the carpet. So, William Saliba, congratulations, Young Player of the Year, and also named in the Team of the Year for Liga. And personally, I mean, we could do with him tonight, couldn't we? I want to see this guy back at the carpet next season. Don't sell him. Give him a new contract. Let him go and push Gabriel and Ben White. Sometimes they can play as a 3. As Arsene Wenger always said, it'll be like a new signing, people, because we haven't seen him play for us. So, big up Saliba. Hope to see him back at the carpet next season. I think there's a potential superstar there, but it will take time. It will take time. Yeah, Saliba in the starting lineup today would be great. That is for damn sure. Still not good enough according to Arteta. He'll say it's a masterstroke. He'll turn around and go, oh, you see, I told everyone he needed another year on loan. Now he's Young Player of the Year and I'll bring him back and, you know, it all works out. Big up, Al. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Member stream will be this week. We're going to sneak one in before the Everton game. We're going to have a lot to talk about either way, depending on what happens tonight. Arsenal website taking the P. Right, let's get into the transfers. Let's talk transfers, people. It looks as if we've signed a player. We've signed Marquinhos. TR said, have we signed PSG, Marquinhos? TR, come on. This is Arsenal. Right, yeah. Marquinhos, probably one of the best centre-backs in the world right now. He would probably cost you 60, 70, 80 million. Do you think we've signed Marquinhos from PSG? We're talking about Arsenal. Remember, we signed Leo, what was that guy? That, not Messi, the young kid or whatever, who sounded like Messi. We didn't sign Luis Suarez, we signed Denis Suarez. No, of course we haven't signed PSG Marquinhos. Why would he come to Arsenal, eh? Big up Salman for renewing the membership. I appreciate your support, bro. And like I said, member stream will be this week. Elliot, I hope that same energy is there this time. Arsenal have reached full agreement with Sao Paulo to sign Brazilian winger Marquinhos, born in 2003, only 19 years of age. Done deal, set to be signed, contract until 2027, 5-year deal. Fee will be around 3.5 million euros, and Arsenal are also preparing their opening offer for Gabriel Jesus. So there you go. No, not quite Marquinhos, the Brazilian international, but his namesake. That's it, Leo Messi. We didn't sign Leo Messi. We didn't sign Lionel Messi. We signed Leo Messi. And this is one of them. As I said, not going to pretend to be an expert on this brother. I've done what everyone else has probably done. I've typed him in on YouTube. I've watched a bunch of videos, and I'm just going to hold my opinion back. He doesn't even look that great on YouTube, and everyone looks great on YouTube. But Martinelli, we'd never heard of him when we signed him, so hopefully he's a beast. Gary said, Curtis, I live in Sao Paulo, and he's okay. I mean, okay doesn't excite me. Okay does not excite me, you know. Yeah, that girl looks okay. All right. Yeah, no rush. You know what I mean? So, yeah, okay is not quite what I want to hear. I want you to tell me, you know, he's the next Vinicius Jr. or something like that, you know. That's what I want to hear. Looks like everyone's shopping at Aldi's these days. I'm telling you, man, I thought we were going straight into Harrods. You know, I thought we were getting Marquinhos from PSG. We got, you know, his namesake. So, yeah. It is Arsenal, unfortunately. But listen, we don't know him. We hope he's a good player. I'm sure he won't go straight into the first team. And listen, all the best to him. I hope that Edu, being at Arsenal, would, get us in top Brazilian players. But we're buying unknowns. But listen, like I said, you never know. He might turn out to be a world beater, but he could turn out to be Wellington Silva, who we signed from Brazil and never kicked a ball for us. Searching for crumbs. He said he doesn't even look that good on YouTube. I'm telling you, I typed in his videos and I was like, right, he's a Brazilian winger. If I don't see step-overs in the first 3 seconds of this video, I'm turning it off. Or if I've got to at least see 95 pace. And I saw like 83 pace and I didn't see one step over. So I just turned it off. That was me done, to be honest. Gabriel Jesus, offer set to be made. And I think it's one of them where if we get Champions League, the offer will go straight in. I think he's just saying, listen, get Champions League, we'll do the deal. If you don't bother calling my phone. You know, them ones, don't even call me. So it is what it is. Gabriel Jesus offer is in the pipeline, people. So I'd expect that deal to probably get tied up pretty quick at the end of the season, if we get Champions League, which is a real big if right now. Let's be real. So yeah, Marquinhos, not quite the Brazilian centre back, but hey, it is what it is, people. So the Gabriel Jesus offer looks like it's on the way, and I just wanted to talk next about this guy. Somebody we've spoken about a number of times, and that is your boy Dybala. Buenos Aires Guno, if you're in the chat, you might want to look away now and mute this because you don't get happy when you hear this story. So, there was a story that came out that Dybala has actually agreed personal terms with Arsenal on the basis that we get Champions League football. Now, I read the story. The story says that Dybala's willing to take a lower wage if the contract is longer. So apparently he's willing to take 150 grand a week if it's a 3-year contract. Now, Buenos Aires, does that change your mind? Anybody in the chat? Would you take Dybala? Because a lot of people were saying I wouldn't take him. He's on 220 grand a week. Would you take Dybala on a free for 150 grand a week? Would you take him? People saying he's what? Darren called him the Argentinian Paul Dickov. That's mad disrespect. No to Dybala, but yes to Eddie. We are doomed. Listen, I got to be honest. No, I'm joking. Listen, I was going to get hyped. Do you know what it is? Dybala's a player that I always liked. I always thought he was mad silky. We were linked with him when he was at Udinese. He's got a clean left foot, bit of skill. He can shoot, he can pass. Man said Argentinian Curtis Shaw, you better relax, Omar. 150k on a free. Why not take the risk? What's the worst that can happen? You sell him for 12 million next year. If Dybala comes, he may need a restraining order against Buenos Aires. I'm telling you, he's not having him one bit. So Harm said maybe 120k would be good. I'd take a chance. I can't lie, people. I'm sorry, you know. Yeah, Palermo, sorry, not Udinese. That was Sanchez. He's a free on 150. I'd take him. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you don't like him. Man are calling him Paul Dickov and that. But I'd take him. Could be the next Willian. It could. But it could be something else. But we'll see. Salman said, Curtis, I've seen Marquinhos. He's like Pepe without the footwork. I mean, that's a pretty bad player. Dybala, hell yeah. Sign him up. Just bring in quality. 150k. I just want to remind people. Just want to give everyone a quick reminder. We have Eddie and Nketiah up front. We've got Eddie and Nketiah up front, people. Sometimes beggars can't be choosers, man. You know what I mean? I told you, when you're starving and you get offered beans on toast, I know you want a fresh steak, but you might just have to take the beans on toast, man. A little bit of cheese on it. Make it work, people. Right now, you know what I mean? We got Eddie and Nketiah up front. I'm going to put the poll up. First poll of the day, more polls than a strip club. Would you take Dybala? 3-year deal, 150k a week. I'm sorry, people. I'd take him. I would take him. I'd take the chance. Don't work out. You sell him next year. Someone in Italy will take him. 100% Dybala on a free is UEFA Champions League quality. He's a big name. We haven't got big names, people. We got no big names at Arsenal. There's nobody at Arsenal that makes you want to print their name on the back of the shirt. I'm not saying Dybala's even that big either, but he is a name. He's a free. Just take him. Man United, they were signing Cavani when he was about 47 years old. I'd take him. Well, superstar-ish. Divided by 7 said, I closed my eyes and voted, yeah. Yeah, I'm there. I close my eyes, say, yeah, bring him in. I like that left foot. I love the celebration. I'm a FIFA merchant, people. You got to let me off. I play FIFA quite a lot. You know, I get gassed off the celebrations and the left foot. Shirt sales will pay for him. There you go. Arsenal needs star quality. We lack it. Kenneth said, I would even take Luis Suarez. It'd be typical of Arsenal to buy Luis Suarez at the time when he, he's at the back end of his career and can't go nowhere. Elliot said, Dybala on a 350k a week. It's a deal. I'm going for him. I'm taking him on that. If the deal looks like that, I'm taking him. The rumour is anyway that we've spoke to his agent. We're interested in him. 150k a week. You're speaking my language. I'll have a conversation with you for that. E. Ross said, I'm a FIFA merchant. You know, man, I love 90 plus pace. I like silky ballers. Dybala's not the quickest, to be fair. Will he be another Mesut Ozil? Mike said, we're starving for big... Bruv, starving? I'm desperate for a big name, man. I told you the day Ozil, Sanchez, Aubameyang, they were the last star names we've had. We don't have a star name at Arsenal. Riyad said Dybala walks into Odegaard's position. Recency bias is hurting Dybala. Yeah, because he was hyped up a few years ago. Right now, there's no hype around him. He's had a bad season as well. Hasn't played a lot of football. When you look at his stats, what's he got? Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong one, actually. 27 games, 20 starts, 10 goals, 5 assists. 15 goal contribution in 20 starts. I take it. It's a deal, people. Get him in. Sal said, I'm getting Willian vibes. E. Ross said, Dybala is better than any player Arsenal have at the moment in his position. Salma said, no way Dybala is Ozil. He won't get too political. He doesn't play Fortnite levels. He's good, man. Jansen said he's had a decent season. There you go. Looks good. 2K in the chat. Let's go. We're moving, people. It's match day. It's Monday. It's the last chance saloon. It is all or nothing, as Amazon would call it, for Arsenal. If we do not win tonight, season over. Forget Arsenal therapy. We're going in rehab for the next 6 weeks. Not only will it mean we've missed out on Champions League, it will mean one of the worst Tottenhams in the last, 5, 6, 7, 10 years is going to be playing Champions League football. Antonio Conte with Champions League football is a problem. We need it. We're desperate for it. Let's get this done and let's get in the Champions League, people. Last bit of transfer news, then we'll move on and we'll end the poll. Big up everyone tuned in on YouTube and on Twitch. Exclusive Calcio Napoli 24. Huge blow for Napoli. Bologna and Arsenal have found an agreement of 20 to 25 million euros for fullback Aaron Hickey after Bologna's CEO travelled to London. Now, anytime we get linked with a player and Napoli get linked with him, you know that we're signing him. For some reason, they never get anybody when we go to battle. We got Torreira, we got Leno, we got Pepe. I mean, they didn't work out the best of signings, to be honest. But anybody that Napoli want, we're getting them. So we're signing Aaron Hickey. And this is what I'm saying back to the Dybala comment. A lot of people in the chat are going to be going, Hickey, what kind of blood clot thing is this? Hickey? You know what I mean? Arsenal get a Hickey finally. Like, you know what I mean? When I was growing up, this weren't what a Hickey was like. You know, Hickey? I never even heard of this guy, people. I can't lie. Again, I was on YouTube having a look. He reminds me of Kieran Tierney a little bit as well. 2-footed. But you need some star quality in there, people. You're signing an Aaron Hickey. You got to go and sign a Dybala. You ain't going to get that new black shirt in the Champions League with the Champions League badges and put Hickey on the back of it. You just ain't doing it. Austin Trusty, yeah, you ain't walking around with Trusty on the back and Hickey on the home shirt. Give me some star quality, man. I need vibes. Hickey, a love bite thing, you know what I'm saying? Signing players we never heard of. Now, don't get me wrong. People saying Tommy Asu, you didn't really know nothing about him and look how well he's done. I get it. But I had heard of Tommy Asu. He was being linked with clubs even last season. But Hickey and, Trusty, I'm sorry, I don't trusty this Hickey business. you know? I'm sorry, people. I hate to do it. I have to lighten up the mood because if tonight goes bad, we ain't going to be laughing on stream for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to enjoy myself this afternoon. Big up everyone tuned in. But yeah, man, listen, he's 19. He's a two-footed left back. Very good on the ball. Scottish international. Doesn't really get in the Scottish team because of Tierney and Robertson. He's 19. It's Bologna. Listen, we ain't going to be partying outside the Emirates if we get this deal done. But hopefully he's a good young player. And this is what I'm saying. I want Champions League football to lift that level up a little bit. I said last season we made some smart signings who weren't exciting. I actually want some exciting signings this summer. I can't lie, man. Cyborg Ninja said, as much as I want to see him at the Emirates, he's just going to become another Ozil, Sanchez or Aubameyang. The board seems insecure when dealing with stars. They got to get out of that. They have to get out of that. You've got to deal with stars, Cyborg. You have to. Or you've got to turn your players into stars. Klopp, a lot of the time, he signs players that aren't stars and makes them. That's the other option. But big up for the super chat. Abby said, Hickey gives me hiccups. I'm telling you, man, I don't know what's going on here, people. Yo, more poll votes than likes. Hey, people them. 2,400 of you in the chat. We have to easily caress that like button and take home 1,000 likes. That's light work. Make sure you tune in for the watch along tonight as well. About 7:05 we'll be live. Biggest game of the season. I say it every week, but this genuinely is. If we don't win, season's a wrap. It's done, people. Then let's see all those people that were saying to me when I said, if we don't get top 4, it's a disaster. Let's see what everyone's saying if we don't get it. People going, yeah, but we said top 6 at the start of the season. I take top 6. I say, all right, let's see if we miss out to Tottenham. If you have that same attitude, you won't. I'm telling you, people. We have to get 4th. There's no escape plan. It is literally all or nothing. Everton will give Arsenal a hard time next week. I mean, I'm hoping they beat Palace midweek and they're safe and the game against us is irrelevant, Harry Kane has texted a Newcastle player. Bon Harry Kane. I don't care who he texts. Bon Harry Kane and the Newcastle player. Probably Trippier, innit? Bon all of them. But right, anyway, transfer news done and dusted. We'll talk about that another day. Let's talk about Mikel Bomba-Ras-Clark Arteta. Is he the Teflon Don or is he the Cone Man? Press conference reaction, looking ahead to the game. And then we're going to look at the team news, how I think we should line up. We'll get some interaction from you guys, who you think should play where. Should we change formation? Yeah, let me end the poll. Is Dybala, do you want him? 80% of you, there you go. Get him to the carpet. Just for the celebration alone. Imagine him putting one in the top corner, runs over to the North Bank doing that. I'll be going crazy, man. I'm telling you. Dybala on the back of that black kit in the Champions League with the Champions League badges on the arms. Yo, it's all mad, people. It's all mad. On a free. Oh, do me a favour, mate. Take that. Take it. We're signing Aaron Hickey, Austin Trusty and Matt Turner. And man are telling me don't sign Dybala on a free. Get him in. If they're quality, get them in. That's what I'm on right now. We've currently got Eddie Nketiah up front, El Neni in midfield and Rob Holding playing centre-back with Cedric the Entertainer at right-back. I ain't in no position to turn down Dybala, man. Come on. Add it up, people. Add it up. Work with me here, man. Work with me here, people. I'm trying to help us. Divided by 7. Big up yourself for becoming a member. Appreciate your support. Keith said, I'm as nervous as I was before the Spurs game. Right, let me get into the press conference. I'm actually not as nervous as I was before the Spurs game. I'm not. I'm actually a little bit optimistic that we can get the job done. I am. I don't know why. Maybe it's misplaced optimism, but I actually think we're going to get the job done. I think it will be tough, but right, let's hear what he had to say anyway. Mikel Arteta faced the media on Saturday ahead of our Premier League clash with Newcastle. On which of our defenders are fit, he said, it's a good question. We will probably know more tomorrow. We wanted to extend the period as much as possible to understand how they are recovering, how they are feeling, assess them, and probably will know more. On which players he's waiting for more news on, he said, yes, Ben and Gabby. Well, we know now from everything we're reading and what a lot of people are saying is that Ben White is available, 100% fit, trained, maybe not fully match fit, but he's all right. Gabriel has travelled now. Sometimes managers do that. You know that as a manager, that a player isn't available, but you travel just to make them think he's going to play. You know, syrup. Make sure the syrup's ready, by the way, because I'm sure there'll be some waffle in here somewhere. The spelling mistakes in the last press conference were unbelievable. So I'm sure there'll be something from Cone Man Music himself, Mickey Ross. Top four is gone tonight. The positive fans deserve it. Nah, listen, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. Tonight, people, is all about togetherness. I've been very anti-Arteta. I've criticised people for false positivity at times. But tonight, we have to come together. Trust me, man. It's not... Yeah, and I don't want to read about Black Fives in here as well, which they were writing last time. But we got to come together. We got to support the team. We can't do nothing but support the team today. If it goes wrong, we'll have a totally different conversation tomorrow. I'll be ripping this manager apart. Man said, are you from Manchester? No, I'm from Nottingham, bro. Midlands boy. A little bit further up the country, though. But I'm down south now. I wonder if he'll play a Black Five tonight. Well, you know, man's calling us a Black Five in the press conference, but it's all mad. All or nothing at all. Pretty much. Unity is the key, exactly that. Let's continue, people. He said, on how he reflects on the North London derby, he said, I look forwards. I said after the press conference, I just look forward. That game was lost. We were disappointed. We didn't have any time to recover. And we have a huge game to play on Monday against Newcastle. I mean, again, don't do that for me. I'm not going to annihilate him with this press conference, but don't do the whole we didn't have time to recover thing. Like, we played on Thursday. When you're in Europe, if you play in the Europa League, you play Thursday and Sunday. This is Thursday and Monday. We played on Thursday. Tottenham played Monday at 12 o'clock. We're playing Monday at 8 o'clock. We've had a day and a half more rest than them. So, again, don't give players an excuse. When you give players an excuse, they'll use it if it goes wrong. Oh, the manager said we didn't have enough time to recover. Don't do that. I know you've got to protect your players. I understand that. But don't give these players a reason to cop out if it goes wrong. Go to Newcastle and win the game and handle your business and get into fourth, you know? They played Sunday at 12 o'clock, Tottenham. We're playing Monday at 8 o'clock. So we can't be talking about lack of recovery. You know, I'm not giving him that excuse, and I'm not giving these players that excuse, you know? If you wanted a bigger squad, you don't get rid of 8 players in the January transfer window or 6 players in January and then complain that we're short of players. That's just not the way to do it, man. But we move. On Antonio Conte's post-match comments, he said, I'm fully focused on Newcastle. I understand that. You know, Conte was firing shots at him and saying that he moans too much and so on and so forth. But it is what it is. We lost the game. We were poor. But if we win our last 2 games, we'll have the last laugh. We lost the battle, but we can win the war kind of thing, you know. On how we played against Tottenham, he said, we started extremely well. I wouldn't say extremely well. We were lively. He said that we conceded the first goal, and the way we conceded after that decision, and obviously after the game, man said after that decision. So he's obviously, to me, I think he's referring to the penalty is the one that he's really unhappy about. I said before I felt it was a penalty, but I felt it was soft. But if that happened against Arsenal, I would appeal for it. And I said, we spoke about it on the stream, Cedric was in the wrong position. It was the body shape that made it givable. It said, got into a situation that is difficult to judge or assess, but I said it. I was really proud of the players. Oh, man. And how they tried to handle the situation, but obviously very disappointed with the result. Again, for me, like I said, I'm not here to shoot down Arteta. Today is about togetherness, backing him, hoping that we get the best result possible. But I think you don't have to go over the top. You don't have to say you was proud of the players. I still think you can be honest and say, listen, we weren't good enough, but maybe the circumstances affected us going down to 11 men, going down to 10 men from 11. and, you know, so on and so forth. I think protecting the players and giving them an excuse is two totally different things. And I think he's given them a bit of a cop-out by saying he was proud of them. As a fan, I wasn't proud of Arsenal after that derby. Justin, thank you very much for becoming a member, bro. Appreciate your support. And like I said, member stream this week. Rue Boy said, I'm okay with it. Siege mentality, I get you. El Messi confirmed, and here we go. A few of you are saying Fabrizio's tweeted. I've just looked. I don't know if I'm missing one here, but the only tweet I can see of him is where he's mentioned something. Oh, no, he's... Yeah, El Neni's agents are in talks with Arsenal to extend his contract. El Neni says, Arsenal is my family. I'm waiting for them to say, Mo, we want you. Since the first day I've been here, it has felt like a family. I mean, I don't think this is the right time for me to be talking about El Neni's new contract. I have many thoughts on that contract, and but today is about togetherness. Yeah, you know, El Messi. That's what I'm saying, people. You lot don't want Dybala on a free. We're getting El Neni new contracts, you know, and Ketia up front and Rob Holding and Xhaka. Come on, people. They're going crazy here, people. On what he's learnt from his players since the defeat, he said, how lucky I am to have them, how they stand under any difficulty, how much they are looking forward to playing on Monday, how excited they are about the challenge ahead. Because we all know everything that we've been through throughout the season and how much we have to fight to be in this position. Again, it's just typical talking. Is this a long press conference? Because I really... Yeah, no, it's not that long. That's quite good. I actually don't want too much waffle from this guy on a Monday. I want to focus on the game tonight, people. El Neni should have gone 5 years ago. He's in the chat, actually. He said, you don't turn your back on family. Mohammed, hell no. Oh, dear. Yeah, we're family, all right, mate. We got Xhaka and El Neni. What a dysfunctional family we are. On if Thursday was the lowest moment of his career, he said, Thursday was another one. Another one. DJ Khaled settings, people. Another one. Obviously, losing a derby is always painful, and having been through the situation we went in the game, it's like that. But as well, you learn a lot, probably more than with any victory. So it's good to go through those moments sometimes. Bro, I hear what you're saying, but if tonight goes wrong, then it wasn't no good moment to go through. And not in a North London derby either. So you win tonight and maybe we'll have that conversation. But boy, they make sure they win tonight. On the players' confidence levels being damaged since the defeat, he said that it was a possibility. They knew they had to get in the position we are today. A lot has happened in the past and we've been through it. We've experienced it. And hopefully it can help us again on Monday. We're obviously going to talk about the game after this. On the reaction he's expecting, the excitement they've shown me every day. The way they've come in today with the energy that they were with today to play the game and were very willing to go there and perform at the highest level. So they've had a good training session. On Newcastle's progress since January, said you can see with Eddie and the coaching staff straight away, they're modifying the way they're playing. We'll skip that. On the atmosphere at St. James's, said this is the Prem. It's great to go to away grounds and experience those moments. As an athlete, you want to be exposed, take it in the right way and feel lucky. How we adjust to more injuries. There we go, more excuses. We will have to modify certain positions to try and make it work. We don't have more defenders. And again, like, listen, I know it's a fact, but you can't self-inflict something on yourself and then moan about it afterwards. It doesn't make sense. You know, you're saying we don't have any more defenders. You decided in January to leave us with 3 central defenders. So naturally, that was always going to be a risk. He let Pablo Mari go. He let Saliba go at the start. So he's got to take that responsibility, you know. He said, and even though we have academy players, they haven't experienced a lot of those positions because they're not specified central defenders. It's something we will try and have to find a way. And the way he's talking is as if he maybe doesn't expect to have Gabriel and Ben White because he's talking about academy players. On how likely it is that White and Gabriel will be fit, he said, I could give you an estimate, but I will probably be telling you whatever. Tomorrow will be the day we will have a better answer. Probably not the answers that we want until match day, but hopefully better answers. I'll get that waffle out of him, and that's burnt waffle. There's too much waffle and syrup there, man. We don't need much of that on a match day. So let me get that off the screen, man. There we go. No more of that. He can't make excuses. This team have no excuses. So let's look ahead to the game. Let's look ahead to the game. Let's talk about team news. Let's talk about Newcastle. And let's talk about the game ahead. Because I don't know about anybody else. I'm listening to Sky Sports. I'm listening to Talk Sport. And everybody's saying we're going to lose. Everybody thinks we're going to get beat. Which is interesting. I get it. We've just lost embarrassingly to Tottenham. But this isn't Tottenham. This isn't Kane and Son. This is a team that has nothing to play for apart from personal pride. Now, they're 14th in the table. They've lost their last 2 games. Who have they lost their last 2 games to, actually? They got spanked by Man City. Who have they lost to, their last 2? Oh, Liverpool. Oh, well, tough games. Liverpool and Man City, their last 2. But they're no world beaters. We shouldn't be scared of them. We're the better team. They're on 43 points in the Premier League. We're on 66. We're 23 points better than Newcastle. We've beat them this season as well. Now, I understand why people are nervous. But at the same time, we've got to be embracing this challenge and saying, listen, if you can't beat Newcastle away, you don't deserve top 4, in my opinion, when they've got nothing to play for. They're 14th. They can't get relegated. They can't get Europe. My hope is that because it's the last game, it's their last home game of the season. My hope is that they just take their foot off the gas, just that 5%, and it enables us to beat them. The problem is, like you're saying there, and I always say this, Buenos Aires Guna, I'm not scared of Newcastle, I'm scared of Arsenal. I'm scared of Arsenal. Because we can go anywhere in the Premier League and get beat. We can go anywhere in the Premier League and win, probably outside of Liverpool and Manchester City. So this is the problem. Arsenal should not be scared of Newcastle. If we play well, I think we win tonight. The problem is, if we play well. That's the problem. And Newcastle, just to get into team news, people, Newcastle practically have their entire squad available. 10 days ago, they had no Ryan Fraser, no Trippier, and no Callum Wilson. They were all back. They've got everyone. They've got absolutely everyone. So where the downside of playing Newcastle is that it's their last home game, and a lot of these players want to be involved in what's happening at that football club. You know, if you're a Newcastle player now, there is an absolute money train waiting there, and you want to be aboard it. So a lot of these players will be fighting for their future. That's where they're going to be hyped up. We know the Gucci headband himself, St. Maximum's going to be a problem. We are weak at fullback right now. I felt Arteta made a big mistake at Tottenham by not playing Tomiyasu right back. I don't care what anyone says. I said it before the game. I didn't say it in hindsight. We put him at left back to deal with Rafinha. Made total sense. He was their best player. Son is arguably Spurs' best player along with Kane. Why did we not move Tomiyasu to right back? Why did we leave him against Cedric? You're going to have the Gucci headband. You're going to have Chris Wood, who is a big player. He's strong. He's physical. He will cause problems to Ben White or to Tomiyasu. If Tomiyasu has to play centre-back, at least he is very good in the air. So let's look at a potential starting lineup, people. I want your thoughts and opinions. Do we change formation? Do we continue with the 4? Obviously, at the moment, everything we're reading on social media and from the journalists and so on is that Gabriel is 50-50. He's travelled. It's whether they're going to take the risk. And it's a muscular injury. It could go at any time. He could get through the whole 90 and be fine. He could pull it in 2 minutes and be out for 3 months. Is it a risk worth taking? I'm going to be honest. I think you've got to take it if he's fit enough to play and start the game. I think you've got to try and get him in that team. So let's talk about our starting lineup, people. I want your thoughts and opinions. Does anybody think we should change formation? I'm going to try and stick with the 4. Because I just don't know who you play in the back 3. So, I mean, fullback's an absolute nightmare. I'm going to assume that Gabriel's fit. He's 50-50, so I'm going to assume he's fit. We'll talk about if he isn't fit, what we'll do. But I moved Tomiyasu to right back because Saint Maximum, well, sometimes he plays left, sometimes right. But in the last game, he played left wing and Almiron was on the right. So I'm going to play Tommy. Man saying Lacazette at the back, kiddo. But who would you play left back, people? I mean, Cedric had a shocker against Spurs. But Nuno Tavares, is that even worse? Who would you actually play at left back? And what would you do if Gabriel isn't available at centre back? What would be your alternative plan? Obviously, Tomiyasu would probably have to go in at centre back. Who would you play at left back, people? Do you know what? Let's get another poll up. Who would you play left back tonight? Who plays left back? Tomiyasu. No, not even Tomiyasu. Tavares or Cedric. I mean, that is a bad option, isn't it? There's some bad options, man. They're probably worse than Kolasinac at left back. That's how bad it is. Some people saying Saka. He just won't do it. He will never pull him out of that attack. Never. Xhaka, we've been there before, man. The big dog Tavares. Strap up Gabriel. He's from the favela. He's got to get through it. Gabby's got to play. I think, do you know what it is? People were so frustrated with that Cedric performance. A lot of people don't want to play him. Like, he was awful. Cedric isn't too bad against average teams. I hear you. Son's an elite winger. He ain't going to play against no one of that level tonight. Nuno, get Cedric out the team. He needs 2 years rest. Tuki said Saka left back. He's been ineffective going forward recently. Nuno, it's a tough one. I kind of think you've got to go Nuno Tavares. I can't even lie. Like, but they're both shocking at the moment. They're both shocking. Nuno is a liability. Could give them a goal. Guys, it's Newcastle, not Liverpool. Cedric, no. Cedric is so bad. At least Nuno can actually run. A lot of people want Saka at left back. Listen, honestly, I wouldn't even mind seeing Saka play left back. But this manager feels he has to be in attack every single game. Nuno versus Almiron. Yeah, and that's the problem. Almiron's a very clever player, low centre of gravity. I don't know if Nuno would deal with him. I'm not sure. It's an absolute shocker. It's an absolute shocker of a question. Xhaka isn't suspended. A lot of people are saying that yellow got him suspended. It was his 9th. It was his 9th booking, not his 10th. He's one more. If Xhaka gets booked tonight, he misses Everton. So you're looking at Sambi Lokonga and El Neni against Everton. Please not Cedric. I actually don't even know who's worse. They're so bad. They're so bad. I'm struggling to even type either one of them. Cedric. I'm going to go Nuno for now. Just at least he's a natural left back. And the hope that at least we have balance. 2 left footers there, 2 right footers. Cedric was so bad, I just feel like I can't play him. They're both shocking. They're both shocking. I can't lie. They're both terrible. I believe Cedric is a better defender than Nuno. But he was so bad against Tottenham and he's playing out of position at left back. I just don't know if I would play him. It's a terrible choice to make anyway. Huawei said, big up Big C, I'm from Notts, and no Cluffy wouldn't have said he was proud of his soft players. One love, big up from Notts, hometown settings. Hope Forest win the playoffs tomorrow as well. Dre said, I've been saying play Saka left back, but people clowning. If you understand football and the lack of defensive quality, Saka plays there for the next 2 games with ESR, Martinelli and Nketiah. Listen, I 100% would play Saka at left back if I was picking this team. I want everyone to know that. If I was picking this team, I would play Saka at left back. Saka looked like he could be an elite left back when Emery used to play him there. We've got enough attacking players. You've got Martinelli, you've got Pepe, you've got Odegaard, you've got Smith Rowe. You can deal with Saka not being in our front 3, but he's our top scorer, and this manager will never ever take him out of that attack. He absolutely loves him. He feels that he has to be in attack. So I just want everyone to know, if I was picking this team, I would play Saka at left back. So we'll have to see, but he won't. The midfield will obviously be the Chuckle Brothers. They were shocking against Tottenham, but John Joe Shelvey and them, man, maybe you can look half decent against him. I mean, Joe Willock, how fired up is he going to be for this game? And his third man runs are difficult to cope with. Xhaka's very slow. You know, he's going to think he can cause problems. Bruno Gomes, he trolled us when he signed for Newcastle, said that we should have signed him. He's going to be fired up. I want to ask you a question here. Let me end this poll, by the way. 69% going Nuno, 31% going for Cedric. It's a devastating choice to even have to make. I feel sorry for anyone making that decision. I've got to a point with Martin Odegaard, and I said this a few weeks ago. Martin Odegaard's a very talented player, there's no doubt. When Arsenal play well, he plays well. I don't think he should be a player that's guaranteed a selection in this team. I think he's going to struggle tonight. For those that don't know, Joe Linton's just been named Newcastle Player of the Season. I mean, 12 months ago, people were clowning him. He was one of the worst strikers in the Prem. He's actually a beast in midfield. He just runs through people. He's 6 foot plus. He's built like a brick. He's got energy. You know, he's got a decent shot because he was a striker. And I think we've kind of tied ourselves to having to play Odegaard because he's the captain. I think sometimes when you make someone the captain, you're basically telling them that you're going to pick them every time you play them. Part of me thinks I wouldn't play him in this game because I think we're going to need pure energy. I think I'd like to bring Smith Rowe in. I think I'd like to play Smith Rowe. Because if they've got the likes of Willock, Joe Linton, or Bruno Gomes, there's a lot of energy. It's a tough one, yeah, because on one hand, if we play well, Odegaard can be key to this team. You get the ball to him, he can make things happen. But if we don't play well, I don't think he gives you anything, really. I don't think he gives you anything. And he's played bad the last couple of games. Like, it's not all his fault, but you know what? I'm going to be honest. I think I'm taking him out of the team if I'm picking this team. I think I'm playing Smith Rowe in the 10 and giving him a rest. He's not that good that he should be guaranteed a selection. He's a good player. But I think I would try something different because at least with Smith Rowe, I know he's not as good on the ball as what Odegaard is and picking out the passes, but what he can do is dribble. He can run, he can drive, he can shoot. He's got a goal in him. He's difficult to pick up. I think the likes of Shelvey would struggle to pick him up. Shelvey's injured, apparently. There you go. I just think I would try something different. I think we're too predictable. And I think Odegaard, in games where we don't have the ball as much, don't dominate, I think he becomes a bit of a passenger. If you're at home at the Emirates, you're dominating the ball, by all means. Odegaard will play. Odegaard will play. I'm not even going to type him there because I'm typing the team that I think the manager will pick. And to be honest, I'm not sure Nuno will even play left back. It wouldn't surprise me if Tomiyasu's at left back and Cedric is at right back. That's what I think the manager will do. So I think he will play Odegaard. I mean, Saka, as I always said, if that brother can walk, he's starting. Will Martinelli play on the left? I would play him. I thought he looked our most lively player against Tottenham. And I think Trippier is back at right back, and he's not the quickest. He's somebody that you can get at. And he's going to play Eddie up top. He's going to play Eddie up top, let's be honest. Could you do anything else? He's not going to change it. He loves him. He loves him. Listen, for me, as I said, if I was picking this team, I would have Saka at left back. And I would potentially bring Smith Rowe in that 10 role. Because I think Odegaard, I'm not sure this game's going to suit him, to be honest. I think if I was predicting the lineup, I think he will play Tomiyasu and Cedric at fullback, to be honest. Picking the team. I wouldn't change it. Yeah, the team is average. And this is what I'm saying. We're severely lacking quality. Severely. This is why we've got to go and get 6-7 players in the summer. Obviously, we got no Tierney. We got no Partey. You know, we've got a couple of players missing. But it shouldn't make you look like that. This is the team that I think he will pick. Well, in fact, I don't think he'll pick Tavares. I think he'll play Cedric. I think he'll play Cedric. Whether Cedric's at left back or right back, I think he'll play that. Now, I'll show you what I would pick. Saka would be at left back. He can play there. He's our best left back outside of Tierney. He's better than Tavares and Cedric. I would play him there. He can play there. I wouldn't play Odegaard tonight. I would actually play Smith Rowe. But then the only problem with that is then Pepe's got to start. No, I've tied myself up here a bit. Oh, can you bring Pepe out of nowhere? Go and be the hero and get us in the Champions League, Nico. Who do they play at left back? I'm just trying to work this out. I didn't even realise there who I was picking. Who did they play left back against Man City? Matt Target. He's not great, is he? He's never going to play him. He's never, ever going to play him. That's the problem. The Wolves game was so bad. He's not going to do it. Mate, man saying the team don't look good. We don't have options. We do not have options. Saka is probably better than Tierney. He gives you more going forward, which pushes. Or you'd have to go Smith Rowe on the right and play Odegaard. If Pepe is allowed to express himself, he will be effective. Thing is, it's such a big game, yeah. You're going to need pure work rate. Do you know what? I'm going to be totally honest. You can't play him. You can't play him. The problem you've got is St. Maximum. If he's playing left wing, you need Pepe to help Tomiyasu, and I don't think Pepe's going to do it. So what you're going to have to do, I would have to play Odegaard against my will. And then you're going to have to play Smith Rowe or Martinelli out wide. Whoever you think's better on the right. Take your pick. I'll go with that. Switch them round if you think Martinelli's better on the right. It still doesn't look great. Whatever team I pick, it looks bang average. I got to be honest. It all looks pretty average. What you've got to do to Newcastle is... Man said bring Aubameyang back. Jeez, Marquinhos on the right. ESR on the left. No width on the right. Yeah, maybe go Martinelli on the right. Whatever team you pick, it's not great anyway. Let's be totally honest. Whatever team you pick, it's not great. We're going to have Eddie up front, Chuckle Brothers in midfield. We've got no options. Unless you pull Lacazette out of nowhere or Pepe, and they're not going to start. It's not great. But what I'm trying to say, people, is that prior to that Tottenham game, we felt like we could get a result against Spurs. This is Newcastle. They do have some good players. We know that Joe Linton is now a bit of a beast in midfield. Bruno Gamera is going to be fired up. Joe Willock's going to be fired up. Chris Wood is a big target man up front. They'll put crosses in. Trippier's got a brilliant delivery from set pieces. Almiron's tricky, set maximum. They're dangerous. There's no doubt that Newcastle are dangerous. What I would say, people, just to try and give us a bit of hope, I don't want to dress them up to be some world beaters. They've conceded 61 goals this season in 36 games. Now, I know they've got better since Eddie Howe has taken charge. A lot of those goals were conceded prior to him. But they're no world beaters. They're 23 points behind us. They've lost their last two games. Granted, they were Man City and Liverpool, two hardest games in the league. But they lost 5-0 to Man City. We've got to do our job. We've got to do our job. If we don't do our job, we're going to be in the Europa League by 10 o'clock tonight. We've got to go there. Eddie's got to go and press. Dan Burn plays centre-back for these. I used to take the mick out of him and say he's the slowest fullback I've ever seen. He plays centre-back for Newcastle. There's no point putting high crosses in the box to Eddie up against Dan Burn. Dan Burn's going to win every single header that gets put into the box. We lost to Tottenham because we played the occasion more than the game. And they had two players that are world-class and we couldn't cope with them. Kane dropped in, we couldn't get him. Son stayed wide, we couldn't handle him. Rob Holding thought it was WrestleMania, Hell in a Cell, WWE. This is Newcastle. We've got to ask questions of them. Don't let them dominate the ball. We keep the ball more and we do things. We beat them at home as well. So we have to take confidence from that, people. I'm going to be honest, all right? I'm going for the safety victory scoreline, which is 2-1, which is really means I don't fully believe in us, but I'm hoping that we beat them. That's my prediction, people. What are you going with your score predictions tonight? I mean, one thing's for certain, we've got to go all out, because if we draw, it's over. Tottenham are going to beat Norwich heavily last game of the season. So a draw ends our season. Europa League, keep your Thursday nights free. Omar's going for 2-1. Kane is going for 1-1. 2-0 easy, said Mike. 3-1 Saka ESR with 2. 3-1 to us. 4-1 to us. Man, I can't see that. 1-1 said James. Andrew's going for 3-1. 2-0. Salman said 4-3. Wasim said 2-0 to Newcastle. I get it, though. I get it. I can't lie. This is one of them games I could see us winning or we could get battered. You know, St. Maximum's one of them guys. One week he looks like a potential Ballon d'Or winner. The next week he looks like he should be a rapper wearing a Gucci headband. Like he can't play football. It depends which Gucci headband turns up tonight, people. Safety Merchant as well, 2-1. Listen, no Arsenal fan can say with chest that we're going to roll up there and turn them over, because it just doesn't look like that. You know, we've just been battered by our rivals. We've got a centre-back crisis. They've got a whole heap of pace, and they are going to be up for it, you know. I always think back to the goal film, man. I'm expecting Santiago Nunez to be up front for them tonight, you know what I mean? But damn, this game, I just look at, if you can't beat 14th place Newcastle to get yourself home, to go and beat Everton to get in the Champions League, you don't deserve Champions League. Simple as that. You don't deserve it. If we can't beat them tonight, this game means way more to us than it does to them. So if you can't go there and break them down and beat them, then forget it. Enjoy Europa League. We won't enjoy it, but that'll be that, people. So these players should be absolutely so fired up for this game. 2-1 Newcastle said penalty spot. Damn. Simple as that. This is it. We'll find out what this team is about tonight. We'll find out. We'll find out if they're the bunch of soft youths that we always call them. We say this is a soft team. What I need to see tonight is our experienced players standing up. We keep talking about the youth in this team. You know, it's the older players that have been failing in the last couple of games. Your Xhakas, your El Nenes, your Holdings. Obviously, Holdings not playing tonight. Cedrics, the guys who are 25 plus, they've got to stand up and take responsibility. How much you betting that Granit Xhaka gets booked tonight and he's suspended for the last game? You can see it. He'll go and clatter Joel Linton or someone and get a yellow. But it is what it is. Shibe said we aren't worthy of Champions League football. 3-1 to Newcastle. Willock hat-trick. Big C, if the likes get 1K, we are winning. Man, I'm sure we're close to 1K. There's 3,000 of you in the chat anyway. Big up for the amazing support as always. And make sure you're ready to tune into the watch along later on today. It's going to be a big one. We're at 850 likes. Lick down that like. Ben White starts today. Everything we've read, everything we've seen is that Ben White is available. Gabriel has travelled, but apparently not 100% fit. So it's whether you strap him up, give him an injection and throw him on the pitch. To me, I think you've got to do that. I think you've got to strap him up and dash him on the pitch. Because the alternative is far worse. So what they saying here, Ben White and Gabriel travelled with the team to Newcastle. Ben White is believed to be okay. Gabriel at this stage is classed as 50-50. And will be monitored by staff ahead of the game, according to The Guardian. So there you go, people. There you go. But as I said, people, for me, inject him, give him his painkillers, and get on the pitch. Inject him Varsity Blues. Justin said, desperate for a 1-0. Probably limp out of the top 4 race with a draw. Mikel will waffle and say Europa League is like a trophy. Captain Sal said 2-1 Newcastle. Sorry, Curtis. I hear you, man. Speak your truth. Elmi said, someone needs to stand up today and be a hero. I'm telling you, Enrique Iglesias settings, man. No more hype. I want to see someone turn up. North London forever settings by the sea, Curtly. Boy, tonight's the difference between, going to the Bernabeu or going to Weatherspoons for our European games next season. Thursday nights playing against teams we've never heard of, or Wednesday nights against Real Madrid. Let's find out what they're made of. Big C, summer looks exciting, but we lose this game. Suddenly all these players we are linked with will be looking somewhere else. Listen, you're going to get Aaron Hickey, whether you're in Europa League or not. You're going to get Marquinhos, not the Marquinhos from PSG, the young winger that we're getting. You're going to get him. You're still getting Trusty. You're getting Turner. But you can't get Nunes. You can't get... Probably Gabby Jesus might say no to it. I don't know. It depends what the situation is. But some of our transfer targets will be deleting our number if we don't get in the top 4. That is for sure. Like Kennedino saying Dybala would never join a Europa League club. And Ketia hat-trick then gets sold to Newcastle. Dream scenario. Somebody save me. Smallville settings. I'd love to see, listen, any of them tonight. Yardman said, Big C, if you go to the game, we probably win. Bring them some luck, bro. It'd take me 4.5 hours probably to get there, even if I left now. I won't be at the game tonight. I'll be here going absolutely crazy. I didn't even go that mad in the end against Tottenham because the way that game transpired, as soon as we had the red card, the game was over. But tonight, I'm expecting Arsenal to go there and win the game because Newcastle will have a go at us. Newcastle don't sit back at home. They're going to have a go at us. They're going to push Almiron and set maximum high. Chris Wood will be in the penalty area. Ramirez or Willock will join in. Joe Linton will join in. Trippier likes to get forward and put crosses in. There should be space to exploit on the counter-attack with the likes of Martinelli, Saka. I think their weakness is their fullbacks and their centre-backs. I think Newcastle's back 4 is weak. Lascelles and Dan Burn, not great. Target, Trippier, you can get at all of them. So we need to hurt them when we're attacking, because I think we possibly will concede a goal against them. Will McKenzie said 12-0 to the Arsenal. Since 2019, we will win 2-0. Yeah, we've got a great record against Newcastle. We've regularly beat them. Safa Guna said, with nothing to play for, Newcastle are not parking the bus. No chance. 55,000 Geordies. Last home game of the season for them. Their last game of the season is away from home. They're going to be fired up. Callum Wilson's back. St. Maximum's back. They're going to have a go at us. But I'm hoping that plays into our hands. Big up to all of you for tuning in, people. Really appreciate your support. Over 3,000 of you. Incredible numbers. Tonight, around 7:05, we'll be live. Biggest game of the season. It is literally all or nothing. Amazon settings. Draw, lose, season over. Forget it. See you in August. If we win, Everton on Sunday, biggest game in years, Champions League football. Listen, all I can say, this is my rallying call to Arsenal. Man up, handle your business. We don't care if you're the youngest squad in the Premier League. We don't care if you've got injury hit problems in the defence. We don't care if you didn't have loads of time to recover from the Tottenham game. We've done our job this season. We've backed these players. We've bought the merch. We've sold out every game home and away. We've done our thing. We've stuck by this team when they have ultimately failed at times over the last 18 months. It's time for them to stand up and prove, is Saka a superstar? Is Martinelli going to be that top Brazilian winger? Is it Eddie Nketiah good enough to go and have a good career? Xhaka, why did he get a new deal? Why is El Neni getting a new deal? Prove it tonight, people. It's Newcastle. They're not world beaters. They're dangerous, but they're 14th. They're 23 points behind us. We should want this game more than them. They're playing for pride. We're playing for Champions League. Handle your business, win the game, and we move to the Everton game. If you don't, you've bottled it, and heads should be rolling. Let me tell you that. I don't care what we predicted at the start of the season. There's no way that lot down the road, having sacked their manager, had one of their worst starts to a season in years, should be finishing above us after spending 150 million in the summer. I've heard all the hype. We've sang all the songs. Prove it. No more hype anymore. Handle your business. There you go. There's my rallying call, people. Let's go. Tonight, I'll be in the red hat and the red shirt. Vibes. It's going to be crazy, people. Hope you can all tune in later on. We'll go live 10 past 7. It gives me 10 minutes then to just edit the team lineups and the graphics. 10 past 7. Join me for the watch along. Biggest game of the season. It is all or nothing. Champions League or Europa League. We'll find out tonight which competition. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you at 10 past 7. Come on, you Gunners.